because from our discussion with the law council, they are expediting the process. So the assurance they gave us that tomorrow they are likely to be through. So it's on that premise that we pray for a short adjournment for that particular purpose so that we can finalize the process. And then probably we can resume tomorrow afternoon, Mr. Chairman. We pray that it's a short adjournment because we really need to have the civil liberties of our clients addressed as early as possible. It's our prayer, Mr. Chairman.
Our council, it may not be possible tomorrow because already the list for tomorrow is there, and the way I'm seeing time, even we may not finish that one of today. It may be carried forward to tomorrow. Register check. On the 8th, 10th. If you have a space.
Chair, we may seek for your indulgence, Chair, for this honorable tribunal to accommodate us this week, preferably Wednesday, because today being second, that's yet another week, and it's just a simple matter of processing the PC for the lead counsel and fully constituting our legal team. Yes, we understand you have a busy schedule, but this matter touches rights and possibly the Constitution, so that can be given priority, Mr. Chairman. Wednesday probably would be convenient to us and court. It's our prayer, Mr. Chairman.
We always sit Monday and Tuesday. The third day is always when it is facilitated, but on Thursday we don't sit. On Wednesday we don't sit, sorry. And the consequent days are for, of course, for others to organize the files and the rest. I think on days next week is not very far. Can be patient on that, because this week is already full. So on Tuesday next week.
We need to be guided on Tuesday for what? Mention, because this is a prostitution case. So what is this Tuesday for? Is for what?
Can you answer his observation?
Well, Chair, with all due respect, I thought it is still a prosecution case. It should be known why we are coming back here on Tuesday. For us, we would be happy if our client is discharged. We would appreciate that. But, Mr. Chairman, for the record, we are supposed to come for a ruling. And secondly, Mr. Chairman, for us to have our senior leader here, the senior counsel, proper on record, take charge of the matter. So that's what we have, that's what is bringing us here. But there is a pending ruling which must be delivered by this honorable court on matters of law that we raised, the preliminary matters of law.
So today has been a washout. We are maintaining formation and ruling.
The ruling was not made by the senior counsel there, but she was not before court on that day. So we would expect the ruling to be pronounced if it is there, if it is ready. Because she had not appeared before court. The ruling does not concern her.
I think, Honorable Chairman and members of this court, with due respect, receiving a ruling is part of legal representation. If, in case there is any confusion about that, we need to clear the air. To represent a client means speaking for them, receiving rulings. Whatever the clients can do, we are here to do it for them. The things that were supposed to happen today are going to happen on Tuesday. They include receiving a ruling, and of course, mention for it has happened, but will happen again on that day. For a lawyer on the other side to say that somehow lawyers who are not ready to receive a ruling must receive it, whether they like it or not, I think he's crossing legal boundaries.
I think defense, what they are urging is right, unless JA you have anything about that?
I have nothing, sir. Let's maintain the same status.
Yes.
Mention and ruling.
We are most obliged.
Yeah. I think that one is over.
Honorable Chairman and members of this honorable court, we propose to start court at 10.
At 10?
Also, I
think it is okay also. Colonel retired Dr. Kiza and your colleague, your case is adjourned to 10th December 2024 for mention and ruling on issues raised by Road Mayor.
We were captured.
Era nga ensonga ziri bbiri. Esooka osobola okufuna akadde oba okufuna ebbaluwa aba clearance ekkiriza Honorable Martha Karua okukiikirira kano Kiza Besigye, kw'oteeka n'ensonga ey'okubiri ey'okuba nti baagala okufuna okusalawo oba giyite ruling ku kye bawakanya nti eno kkooti tekkirizibwa kubanga evunaana obanga kano Kiza Besigye abeera mu kkooti eno. So ezo ensonga ebbiri olunaku lwaleero wetumuzikidde era nga tugenda kukolako ne bannamawulire okulaba nga bagenda kukolako ne bannamawulire okulaba nga tuyinza otangaaza ensonga eno nga bweri.
No colleagues behind will complain.
Kati wano jawulira tomorrow? Oh, I take it home.
First,
You want to put it on
Interview figure.
Yeah.
So guys, are you ready? We go?
No.
Yeah.
All of you come back.
Are we set? Are we set?
Yes. Yes.
First of all, we take exception to the manner in which we are treated here as lawyers, because we have been subjected to some horrendous treatment here by the forces that that are in charge of this place. Right from the checkpoint, the first checkpoint there, where they subjected us to some thorough search, which was uncalled for, forcing us to leave some of our gadgets there, including vital instruments like handsets, because ordinarily when you go to a court, you must be equipped with all the tools that you need to discharge your duties as counsel. And the phone these days is a computer. And actually, for us, we are modest enough. We do not carry huge gadgets like laptops, iPads, and whatnot. We just wanted to use our phones to be able to make reference to the authorities, the cases, the volumes of laws. You know, the huge volumes of laws of Uganda, which you cannot carry here. If you were to do that, it would be truckloads. But in modern times, that is a given.
you cannot stop lawyers from accessing premises of this tribunal with the gadgets. We didn't expect that to arise as an issue. But I don't know why they had to make hair out of that, to make it a little contentious, and they delayed us here. Just a simple matter. And also subjecting our senior counsel here to that demeaning, denigrating, and embarrassing treatment that they subjected her to. We condemn that in the strongest terms possible. But finally, when we were allowed to access the premises, still there were issues, because in the morning we had to visit the office of the law council. Unfortunately, we didn't find even a single senior officer. We just found their cleaners. It was coming to 9 p.m. because we wanted to first, no, it was coming to 9 a.m., sorry. We wanted to first get clearance. You are aware, Senior Counsel Martha Karua, who is the team leader here, submitted in her application for a special practicing certificate last week on 27th, and we had to bring hard copies. And prior to that, soft copies had been forwarded to the Secretary Law Council, and for us, we thought that would be sufficient. They would act on that. We are in a digital age. Unfortunately, they insisted on physical copies, which were delivered on the 27th day of this month, of last month. That was Wednesday last week. And it comes as a surprise to us that they were not processed till the weekend. And since we did not hear from them, because they didn't favor us with any response, we gave them a benefit of doubt and said, okay, fine, let's cross-check with them and see if there are outstanding issues they wanted to first handle. So this morning, we made it a point to accompany our senior colleague here to the law council. Unfortunately, nobody was there, as I said. But we managed to talk to the chairperson, Justice Irene Muriagonja, on phone. They had a conversation, a telephone conversation with the senior counsel, Martha Karua, here. When she assured us that they are working on the application, they are processing the papers, that most probably by tomorrow, we may hear from them on the decision they will have taken. The papers were thorough, the application, accompanied by a communication from the Law Society of Kenya and a copy of our practicing certificate, and also an introductory letter from the office of from our law chambers, to which is attached in accordance with the section 18 of the Act. So, when we appeared here, our team was not properly constituted in circumstances where the lead counsel had no audience before this court. You are aware it was coming up for ruling on preliminary matters of law that we raised the day they were arraigned before court here. So we could not proceed under those circumstances. When we had the conference and conferred with the accused persons, we agreed that yes, we can have this matter stood over for just one day. We fast track the process of securing the temporary certificate for our counsel here. Unfortunately, the court could not accommodate us. They have adjourned it to the 7th day. That is, to the 10th day rather, that is next week. Of course, that to us was rather unfair because you know our clients have been incarcerated. Initially, they were in illegal detention under the military courts here. And as you also know, up to now, they have not been properly processed through the immigration. They are still considered to be visitors of Kenya. As we speak today, they are still visitors of Kenya. The immigration of Kenya and Uganda has never cleared them to cross back here. And of course, there are issues of rights. But by and large, the environment you have witnessed here is not conducive is not concomitant with the dictates of rule of law, good governance, and most importantly, dispensation of justice. So as lawyers, we are determined today, we are only 35 who appeared here, and they had to take us through those rigorous processes of accessing the chambers here, which was really uncalled for. But next time we appear here, the number is going to be much bigger. And it is on that note that I will request our senior counsel, who is our team leader, to brief you on how we are going to proceed as a legal team. I thank you.
Okay. I'll begin by expressing my dismay to the humiliating body search that I was subjected to twice, and all members of the legal profession were subjected to. First at the gate, then as we entered the courtroom, another body search. And I'm asking the officers between the gate and here, and most people have left their briefcases at the gate. What would make them subject us to a second body search? Secondly, I have not yet had audience, the right of audience in court, because I'm not yet licensed to practice in Uganda. I'm expecting a special license to be issued by the Law Council. As it has been indicated, I applied last week. I was informed that they do not process digital applications. So my physical application was brought on Wednesday, and it was taken by the law firm of Lukwago and Company. And it has not yet been processed, but I have been promised by the chair of the Law Council, Justice Mulyangoja, that we may hear from them as early as tomorrow. We have been able to have audience with our client in the court, within the court precincts, and our client was very firm that we ought to apply for adjournment. I should say our clients, not client, so that we can get the answer from the Law Council. You can see for yourself the harassment we have to endure, that they cannot wait even for a minute for this conversation to happen. I want to agree with my colleague, the Lord Mayor, that the abduction of Mr. Besigye and Mr. Lutale from Kenya breaches the Constitution of Kenya, the Constitution of Uganda, and the East African Treaty. I have looked at the charge sheet. The offenses are alleged to have been committed in Kenya, Greece, and Switzerland. Unless if Uganda has annexed Kenya, and we do not know, Ugandan authorities have no jurisdiction whatsoever on anything committed on Kenyan soil. That is, if at all any offense was committed. So we will be raising many objections. I am coordinating Pan-African lawyers from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Ghana, from various jurisdictions, including Tanzania, who will also be applying to practice. As Pan-African lawyers and politicians, we are taking this matter very seriously. We are going to stand in solidarity, and we will file other cases in the East African Community Court, EACJ, against Kenya and Uganda for their illegal conduct. We will be exploring all legal options, and I'm very hopeful that tomorrow I'll be granted a license to practice in Uganda, and that the Law Council will be ready to process other multiple applications. Yeah.
Indeed, there are going to be multiple applications. They should get prepared. Uganda from Martha?
You from
just briefly.
Briefly.
olwaleero twesanze nga proceedings teziyinza genda maaso. Ekisookera ddala tuvumirira ne sekuvumirira empisa gye batuyisizzaamu wano nga balooya n'abantu baffe. Tugende maaso. Empisa gye batuyisizzaamu ne batandika okusaakinga buli omu ne batuggyako amasimu gaffe nga batulemesa ng'ate kooti ebeera open. Omugenyi waffe ng'ate senior counsel Honorable Martha Karua ne bamuyisa mu mbeera eyo gye bamuyisizzaamu. Naye twesanze era nga tetuyinza kugenda maaso kubanga certificate ye ebadde tennavaayo. Twateekamu okusaba mu law council empapula ne tebannamaliza zi processinga. Okusaba twakuteekayo wiiki ewedde nga 27. Olwaleero bwe twogeddeko ne judge ku ssimu tubaddeyo mu law council naye nga taliyo ne twogera naye ku ssimu n'atukakasa nti enkya bayinza okumaliriza process eno certificate bagimuwe era emirimu gitandike. Naye olwaleero omusango gwongeddwayo paka ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10. Tugenda kumaliriza nga senior counsel bw'abannyonnyodde wano enteekateeka zaffe empanvu. Tugenda kuŋŋaanya bamupuliida Honorable Martha Karua tumwebaza akulembeddemu ttiimu eno. Olwaleero be mulabyeko 35 ab'e Uganda. Kaakati kugenda kweyongerako ttiimu yonna nga gy'abannyonnyodde. Already ya contactinze edda Ghana, Nigeria, ya contactinze edda aba Tanzania, abagenda okuva e Kenya bangi, abagenda okuva e Zambia, abagenda okuva mu platform mu fraternity eyo eya Pan African Lawyers nene abagenda okujja wano. So law council yetegeke okubanga e processing certificates nyingi ng'etandikira ku ya Honorable Martha Karua kubanga tiimu yaffe tugisuubira okubeera very very solid. So twebaza nnyo ne sekwebaza senior counsel waffe Honorable Martha Karua obuvumu bwonna bwayolesezza okumuyisa mu mbeera eno gye bamuyisizzaamu ng'eyo okumutwala ng'ekyonziira bwe bati okumuyisa mu mbeera embi ennyo ekyoboola ekitiibwa kye n'okumukakkanya senior counsel asigala senior counsel former minister n'ebirala byonna ebitiibwa byalina e Kenya. Naye ekyo party leader owa ODM e Kenya, NAC Kenya rather, party leader owa NAC e Kenya ne bamuyisa mu mbeera eno gye bamuyisizzaamu kituswazizza nnyo nga Uganda, kituyisizza bubi nnyo. Amagye ge Uganda gatuwadde ekifaananyi kibi nnyo. Naye kye tumwebazaamu nti asigadde muvumu, tatiisibwa n'akamu n'aketondo era mumalirivu nnyo nnyini ddala okunga balooya bonna okuva ku lukalu lwa Afirika lwonna okujja wano, era tusuubiranga 10 ekigenda okubeera wano. Mukama Katonda yakimanyi, amagye era gatwetegekere. Lwe tukomawo nga 10 tukomawo nga tumaliridde, so batwetegekere. Law council tugisaba police ebirala byonna babiteeke bali ba processing applications z'abantu baffe, certificate z'abantu baffe amangu ddala nga bwe kisoboka. Eya Honorable Martha Karua tugisuubira enkya okubanga ewedde, then tutandike ku z'abalala abagenda okuyiika wano endulundu okuva ku lukalu lwa Afirika. Ruling batugambye ejja kuweebwa ku lunaku olwokubiri. Twawaye ennaku z'omwezi 10. Twawaayo ensonga nnyingi Honorable Martha z'abannyonnyodde. Uganda teyinza kwozesa misango gizibwawa Kenya. Ekyo kirabibwa n'atali looya. N'ensonga nnyingi nnyo ze twawa nti bw'ogamba nti emmundu baagimusanga nayo Kenya, nti simanye ebirala yali Greece, Athens mu Greece, ebirala yali Switzerland, ng'ensi zeeyo tezabagulako misango. Ate ya Uganda gye batamusanganga yadde na ki kyonna nti oba mundu oba nasasi oba naki gyatabeeranga na lukuŋŋaana, ate wo talinaawo musango gwe bamugaa nti yaguddiza Uganda. Kakati n'ebirala byonna katulinde rulingi yaabwe ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 ebinaddirira tujja kuba tubibategeeza nga rulingi ewedde. Naye nebaza Martha Karua ne ttiimu eno yonna nga bumugirabye bavumu nnyo tiimu y'abalooya n'abalala abagenda okwegattako tulumbe ne Ssekulumba yenna ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10. Thank you.
Mufunze bwebityo webitambudde wano ku kkooti era nga wetwogerera nga bannamateeka baabwe bakyawaga era nga balaga nti webatagirya oba oliawo ebibika amasumba naye Kiza Besigye bamubye bubbi wano oluvannyuma lw'okuggala bannamawulire bateekawo ebimotoka nga bannamawulire tebaagala balabe Dr. Kiza Besigye ne munne nga bamufulumya era bamuyisizza manju okakkana nga bamutadde ku mmotoka ebadde paakinze mabbali ga bannamawulire era nga bannamawulire batono nnyo abasobodde okufuna ekifaananyi ekyo nga kano Dr. Kiza Besigye aggyibwa mu kifo kino naye nga bannamateeka bo bakyaliwo bangi n'abawagizi baabwe bakyaliwo bangi okusobola okulaba nga babuggiriza abantu baabwe naye nga babaddewo mu kusooka mabegako awo abantu ba bulijjo babadde bazze okubugiriza bakubiddwamuko oluvannyuma lwokuba nti bannamawulire babadde bayingidde munda nga tewali njukira n'amasimu gabajjeko nga teri muntu asobola kulikodinga bigenda mu maaso naye nga tukitegeddeko nti waliwo abakubiddwa ab'amagye wabweru babadde bagezaako okuteekawo ekibanji kye babadde bagamba nti kayinza okuba nga kabadde kajjagalalo nakakyankalano so ne bakubwamu kozi bakubiddwamu era ng'abamu bafulumiziddwawo wabweru naye nga tujja kusigala nga tubawa byonna ebigenda mu maaso mu mbeera ng'eno naye nga tubakitegeezezza era nga muwulidde era n'okujja nga mugoberera ensonga zonna nga zitambula omusango guno gwongezeddwawo paka olwokubiri lwa wiiki ejja era nga ttiimu ya Kiza Besigye egamba nti bakyayungula bannamateeka okuva mu mawanga ag'enjawulo okuva e Tanzania okuva e Nigeria okuva e Kenya okusobola okulaba nga balwanirira gye bagamba nti enfuga y'amateeka okuli n'okutyobula eddembe ly'abannansi ba Uganda era nga bagamba nti bagenda kuwalizibwa okugulawo emisango egy'enjawulo mu kkooti ez'enjawulo nga muno mwe muli ne kkooti egatta omukago gw'amawanga g'obuvanjuba bwa Africa oba giyite East African Court of Justice era nga bagamba nti byonna biruubiriddwa okusobola okulaba nga bafuna obwenkanya n'eddembe. Olwokubiri bwe tukomawo tulina ensonga bbiri. Ensonga esooka yakulaba nti bafuna okusalawo kwa kkooti eno bo gye bayita tribunal bawakanya ku level esooka mu mateeka gye bayita preliminary objection level etandikibwako nga tebatandika kuwuliza musango kinyusi kiri mu musango nga bawakanya nga bagamba nti eno ekkooti eriwo mu bukyamu eyatekkirizibwa kuwozesa bantu bano era nga ruling bagisuubiza nti bagenda giwa ku lunaku olwokubiri ennaku z'omwezi nga 10. Then ensonga ey'okubiri kwe kuba nti baagala bannamateeka abo abavudde ebweru w'eggwanga bano bakulembeddwa mu Karua era ng'ono tukitegeddeko nti yakulembedde ettiimu ey'abannamateeka baabano nga baagala badimitingibwe oba bakkirizibwe okuwozesebwa wano mu Uganda. So zezo ensonga ebbiri ziviiriddeko okulaba nti oba oli awo kkooti eno eyongezebwawo. Abangi wabaddewo okwakanyizibwa nga omuwaabi yagamba nti oba oli awo olunaku bali badde bawa ruling bannamateeka bano kye bagambye nti nedda tekisobola kuba ruling nga lead council waabwe tannafuna lukusa era nga bagamba nti tosobola kukakka bannamateeka okufuna ruling gye batetegekedde nga bwe kibadde kiri. So mu bufunze bwebityo bwe bitambudde tujja kuba nga tubatuusaako ebijja naddala ku lwokubiri ku ntambuza y'omusango guno. Nze mukose Arnold Anton nga ndi ne mu Uganda wange Jeremiah Mukiibi so kulaba nga tubatuusaako byonna bwe bitambudde. Mubeere bulungi nga batukuumire mweraba.